Today we will be discussing the movie Jesus Revolution and why you should watch it. But first, this video is brought to you by the Overflow Post. The Overflow Post is a place where you can find exclusive gifts, articles, and more. You can visit the Overflow Post today at theoverflowpost.com. And now, on to the video. Don't worry, there's no spoilers in this video. Whenever I say Jesus Revolution is literally one of my favorite movies of all time, I am not joking. It is legitimately one of my favorite movies of all time. I've already gotten at least 30 tickets so I can go see it with my friends in the theaters again. I love this movie. And the 30 tickets, they aren't just for me, it's for my friends. Just wanted to clarify. The reason why I love this movie is because not only is it a good movie, it has a strong message of the fact that God uses broken people. And I feel like this is something that a lot of America overlooks today, that God uses broken people. And especially, this is something that a lot of the American church overlooks today. And I'm going to talk about this a little bit without having any spoilers, of course, for the movie. In Jesus Revolution, everyone is human, which would make sense. And everyone is also broken. That's a lot like us today. That's a lot like us in America today. That's a lot like us in your hometown, in your house today. I don't know that if you've noticed, but your family, your friends, they're broken. Now, what are we supposed to do about that? Are we just supposed to get some duct tape or some WD-40? Not exactly. That's not exactly how it works. You see, God works through our imperfections. And I think that's really beautiful how God not only uses our strengths, He also works very strongly through our imperfections. And I can name several examples of this in the Bible, such as Moses speaking or David and Goliath. But right now, I want to share with you 2 Corinthians 12:9. But he said to me, "My grace is sufficient for you, for my power is made perfect in weakness. Therefore," this is Paul speaking, "I will boast all the more gladly of my weaknesses, so that the power of Christ may rest upon me. For the sake of Christ, then, I am content with weaknesses, insults, hardships, persecutions, and calamities. For when I am weak, then I am strong." And a lot of times, what I believe the American church tries to do today is they try to cover up their weaknesses and be like, "Oh, yeah, you don't see me. But we do see you." Or at least if you're being real and authentic, we see weaknesses if you're not wearing a mask. And I believe that is a lot of what Jesus Revolution presents very well. If you know anything about the Jesus movement, it was back in the 1970s and it had hippies. Hippies did drugs, among other things. And when I just say I love this movie, I cannot wait to talk about the spoiler review. But for now, the spoiler-free review. Jesus Revolution is an awesome movie in the way that it portrays broken people being used by God. As broken people are used by God, yes, there are trials and there are things to overcome because, again, we are still in a broken and fallen world. But whenever we are following God, although we may be broken, although we may stumble, we may trip, we may fall, God is with us in the midst of it all. And we have this awesome opportunity to trust God every step of the way, no matter how broken we are. So if you were debating whether or not to go see this movie, I would caution you, be careful about seeing it with the little ones because there are some things and some intense content in here such as drugs and stuff like that. However, for a more mature audience, I would say probably about 13 and maybe even then with the parental guidance, at least discussing the movie afterwards. Go watch this movie. It is an excellent movie. I've given this movie 5 broken motor vehicles out of 5. And you may get that joke after you see the movie. It's a really good movie. All right, I'll see you guys next time. God bless.